Ben Shapiro is actually defending billionaire donor Harlan Crow's collection of Hitler artifacts.
And apparently he's a very, very bad man. You're not allowed to be friends with Justice Thomas because apparently they're now accusing him, I'm not kidding you, of being like a Nazi. The reason is because this is what Nazis do. They make friends with Clarence Thomas. That Nazis, famous for loving black people. That this is one of the things they're most famous for. So Kevin Cruz, who is just a ridiculous human being, a pseudo-academic over at Princeton University who has somehow avoided plagiarism charges that have gotten him kicked out of the university. He tweeted out, I've spent decades of my life researching and writing about white supremacists, and no, I don't have any paintings or statues of them in my house because that's not something you do with the people you hate. What's he talking about there? Well, apparently, Harlan Crow collects basically memorabilia from defunct communist and Nazi states, and he has a garden in which he displays these things to show what the capitalistic free market and Judeo-Christian ethic has overcome. Apparently, this now means you're a fan of these things. So, if you own a piece of memorabilia from an evil regime, in order to demonstrate to your children, so that people remember for the future what that evil regime was, this means you're now a fan of that thing, according to Kevin Cruz. This is the actual thing they're going for. According to the Washingtonian, when Republican megadonor Harlan Crow isn't lavishing Justice Thomas with free trips on his private plane and yacht, he lives a quiet life in Dallas among his historical collections. These collections include Hitler artifacts, 2 of his paintings of European cityscapes, a signed copy of Mein Kampf, assorted Nazi memorabilia, plus a garden full of statues of the 20th century's worst despots. He said that he's filled his property with these mementos because he hates communism and fascism. Well, I mean, that seems like a reason why you might own this stuff is to remember the things that you hate. That's it. But apparently this makes him a Nazi and a communist.
So let me make sure I'm understanding this correctly. Ben believes that it's okay to spend millions of dollars collecting memorabilia from things you hate and displaying them in your garden and your house. Ben, I know many Democrats who hate Donald Trump with a passion, but I can promise you that none of them have MAGA flags, Donald Trump statues, or any MAGA memorabilia anywhere in the vicinity of their house. The fact that conservatives like Ben Shapiro are defending a billionaire megadonor and his Hitler collection really tells you where the Republican Party stands today. And remember, this was in response to a story that dropped last week that revealed that the same billionaire megadonor, Harlan Crow, was taking Justice Clarence Thomas on lavish vacations for decades. And that same Justice Clarence Thomas didn't disclose any of them. Let's imagine for a second that it was revealed that Republican boogeyman George Soros was spending millions of dollars taking Justice Sotomayor on lavish vacations. And then we find out that George Soros had a collection of communist artifacts. The right-wing media machine would be losing their minds. Fox News would be running segments on this every single night. And yet again, intellectual consistency is just not something that Republicans are very good at.